Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. You can't steal my Jesus. So feel free to share out any of the videos that I'm doing in this series. If something strikes a chord with you and you think it would benefit someone you know, just go ahead and share it. It's perfectly okay. You have my permission to do that. And also like and subscribe. That really helps us with our viewership and helps us in gaining. I've been checking the numbers and we are gaining speed, so this is really kind of fun. So anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to start off with a quote, and it's from Reverend James M. Lawson Jr. And he says, "The politics of Jesus and the politics of God are that people should be fed, that people have access to life, that people should be treated equally and justly." So here are some few more facts about Jesus. He asked people to freely share everything they had and turn the other cheek, to deliberately break all ancient cycles of hate and suffering. He broke social and religious taboos by associating with outcasts and sinners. He treated them with compassion, but directed his anger towards economic injustice and exploitation. In Mark 12:17, he supports paying taxes for the government to redistribute. And in Matthew 26:52, he forbids his disciples from using their weapons. So he rejected earthly materialism, renounced the idea of revenge, and commanded us to welcome the stranger. Recent reports highlight the mistreatment of people that are being held in ICE detention, including families with children, small children. Almost all of them have not committed any crimes. Most had proper paperwork, were following the rules, attending their court dates. Some were even pulled the day of their citizenship ceremonies, not being allowed to become citizens. The privately held prison system is making a lot of money on this. They move the same people between different facilities across the country. Why? Because they get paid based on the number of inmates. People have reported being sent back and forth between multiple holding facilities nationwide so that each facility can rake in the dough. Unless the detainees have a friend or a lawyer who knows where they were taken, they are pretty much stuck in this nightmare and can't escape it. Why? Because of greed. Here are some of the reports from state representatives who have actually toured inside of these facilities. They report overcrowded conditions where no one can sit unless they sit on top of each other, food contaminated with maggots, wet floors, only one toilet sitting in the middle of the room, no privacy, no showers, and no sanitary items for women. People are mistreated and caged like animals. Some have died due to a lack of medical care and medications. There have been reported sexual assaults, miscarriages because of improper care, beatings, and other inhumane treatments in these facilities. Because it is a money machine, the system doesn't really care if people have what they need. They're going to do everything on the cheap and make as much money as they can. Yes, we do have immigration laws in place. And yes, everyone should come here legally. But I don't think treating people like animals reflects the crime of not following immigration law. The immigration laws are in place. They are not perfect, but they are what we have to work with. Illegal immigrants and asylum seekers are given a chance to present their case in our court systems before they are removed from the country if they do not qualify. Seriously, none of this treatment matches up with who Jesus is. I worked in refugee resettlement for a stint. I got to know immigration lawyers. I understand the horrific injustices that happen in other countries. I never thought it would be happening here. I totally understand the plight of the refugee. One Sunday at church, a person stopped me and asked me how I could call myself a Christian and work in refugee resettlement. My answer was simple. How can I call myself a Christian and not? After all, Mary, Joseph, and Jesus were refugees themselves. The teachings of Jesus say it all. Stop the hate, the suffering, and treat people with compassion, dignity, and justice. Where did we go wrong? I'm just asking for a friend. See you next time, everyone.